Tatiana, 7 a.m. here on your Monday. We're glad you're joining us on WHAS 11 Plus. I'm Grace McKenna.
And I'm Gabriel Gonzalez. A chilly start to your work week and school week, but nothing new for January, I guess, right?
It feels more seasonable, Matt, certainly, than it did last week. I was enjoying the sunshine, but, you know, we had to get back to winter eventually.
That's right. And if you want to enjoy the sunshine today, you'll just have to bundle up a little bit more. It is a chilly start to this Monday, and these temperatures are not going to change that much today. You're already into the 20s this morning across Jefferson County, 26 downtown, 24 near the airport, 22 Bowman Field. Over in southern Indiana, we've got 24 in Bedford, 23 Scottsburg. Back in Kentucky, Elizabethtown, 19, 18 for you folks in Lebanon. So a chilly start to this Monday morning. We're going to stay under this clear trend throughout the remainder of our morning hours. As we continue going later into the morning time, we'll see those temperatures gradually increase into the upper 30s, lower 40s. Some breezes out of the south that could be gusting at times close to 25 miles per hour. Later into the night, we're going to see just a few passing clouds to start off our nighttime hours. And then we've got sunny conditions arriving for our Tuesday morning, and temperatures in the lower 30s, but that will transition into a cloudy pattern as we head later on into our Tuesday evening as we track our next upcoming system. Bus stop forecast looking good to go on your way to school. On your way back, you can expect those temperatures really to only be in the mid-40s with plenty of sunshine sticking around. As I mentioned, some winds could be gusting at times close to 25 miles per hour through the afternoon. Later into the evening, they will start getting a bit weaker. But today, expect just a sunny and chilly pattern with temperatures right around our average for this time of the year. But later into this week, we are tracking some changes Wednesday and also into the weekend. Some temperature changes and the arrival of some snow. We'll have all the details about that forecast coming up in a few short minutes. But here's Matthew with an update on traffic.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Heading out the door for this morning. You're looking pretty clear out there for you to start really our Monday morning commute out there for us. So all those interstates and highways looking pretty clear as far as your commute goes for this morning. So they're really not seeing any issues into southern Indiana as well. And give you a look at some of those roadways, starting to see more cars on those roadways as we get closer and closer to the at least 8 o'clock hour for this morning, and also as we start to see sunrise as well. But it is a cold morning, so give yourself an extra 1 to 2 minutes to scrape off that frost that we did see overnight and this morning as you head out the door. Back over to you, Grace and Gabe.
Matthew, thank you. This morning, Elizabethtown investigators are piecing together the early Sunday morning death of a teenager.
Police say what started as a casual hangout turned into a tragic shooting. WHAS 11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit have the story.
An early morning hangout turned deadly at this Lowe's in Elizabethtown Sunday morning. Elizabethtown police say first responders responded to the parking lot a little after 2:30 in the morning and found a 15-year-old girl shot in the chest by another 15-year-old girl. They also discovered a man, 21-year-old Brian Harbison, doing CPR on the girl. The teenage girl later died.
The family of the deceased, when notification was made, they thought that their child was asleep in bed, and they were being told that her life was taken.
Police say Harbison met the girls on Snapchat and believed the victim to be 18 years old. Police say he bought them alcohol and picked them up. They then went to the Lowe's parking lot to hang out and drink. Harbison was sitting in the back of his truck with the victim, while the suspect was in the driver's seat. According to police, there is conflicting information on how the teenage suspect got a hold of the gun. She told police it was in the center console, and Harbison said it was unloaded, while Harbison says it was in the glove box and the teenager removed it without him knowing. Police say the 15-year-old admitted to pointing the gun at the teenage victim and pulling the trigger.
A lot of lives are devastated and ruined. I can't imagine from a parent standpoint what it would be like to lose a 15-year-old child, and likewise the family of the suspect. My heart goes out to them as well.
Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
And Harbison is charged with unlawful transaction with a minor and wanton endangerment. The shooter is also charged with murder. The names of the girls will not be released.
Sticking with E-Town, just hours before that shooting, a driver hit and killed a man on Dixie Highway. Police say they came out to a crash in the 100 block of North Dixie Highway around 9 p.m. Saturday. They found a man dead, but no driver.
The suspect, a juvenile male, did flee the scene initially. He went home, and a sibling brought him back to the scene immediately. he has been charged leaving the scene of the collision.
Police believe that young driver they just spoke about was heading south when he hit the man who they think was walking in the road. The crash is still under investigation. And now Metro Police here in Louisville are investigating the death of a Goodwill employee. Sunday morning on Dixie Highway in Louisville, officers found a man dead from a stab wound in a Goodwill facility trailer. Police have already made an arrest. They say they found the suspect, Joshua Burton, just a mile from the stabbing scene. He's been charged with murder and is due in court at 9 this morning. In a statement, Goodwill Kentucky's director of risk management wrote in part, quote, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of one of our employees. Our thoughts and deepest condolences are with their family, loved ones, and coworkers during this incredibly difficult time. We are deeply concerned about the safety and well-being of our team members, and we're fully cooperating with Metro Police as they conduct their investigation."
The Goodwill death marks the second homicide of the year in Louisville. The first was just 3 days ago, and LMPD is now asking for your help. The department went to the shooting around 10:30 Friday morning in the Park Duval neighborhood. Metro Police found a man who was shot near 31st Street and Young Avenue. Officials say it's still unclear what led up to that shooting.
You know, it's in the middle of the day here. Somebody saw something, may have heard something else, or saw something. The smallest tip can be the tip to the whole iceberg that leads to the arrest and the prosecution of the person or persons involved in this.
If you live in that area and have security footage, LMPD wants to hear from you. You can call the tip line anonymously at 574-LMPD. LMPD is also investigating a shooting from early Sunday morning. Officers got reports of a shooting in the parking lot of the Duramart gas station on 7th Street in the Park Hill neighborhood. They found a man who was shot in a car. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. LMPD believes the victim was shot by a person in another car that got away. LMPD is currently investigating that shooting.
Louisville drivers are going to keep paying the same price at the pump for now after suggestions that your fuel costs were about to be cut. Kentucky Republicans are straightening out some confusion after a statement they released Friday. State lawmakers initially announced the Environmental Protection Agency had lifted the requirement on reformulated fuel, which has been in our pumps locally for about 30 years. It's meant to cut down on pollution and costs 10 to 35 cents more a gallon. In a later statement Friday, State Senate Majority spokeswoman Angela Billings wrote, quote, "Our office issued a statement regarding an announcement issued by the EPA. Initial reports indicated that a recent final rule issued by the EPA was the announcement we've been expecting for the Louisville area. However, upon further review, it was actually for a different area of Kentucky."
Two local organizations are teaming up to make sure your JCPS student does not go home hungry on the weekends. Shady Rays, a locally owned sunglasses company, partnered with the nonprofit Blessings in a Backpack. Shady Rays says it'll give a portion of its sales up to $500,000 to provide food on weekends for school-age kids across the country. Principal John Shatton of Camp Taylor Elementary hosted the announcement, saying this project is so much more than filling students' stomachs.
It is our foot in the door to show that our students and our families that we care about more than just what they're doing in the classroom, that we care about them as a family, that we care about the well-being of them across the board.
Students went home this weekend with a goodie bag full of food like cereal, fruit, and canned goods. They also got their own pair of Shady Rays sunglasses for free.
Matt, coming over to you, what's one thing we need to know?
Temperatures today reaching the mid-40s, very average for this time of the year. Still chilly, but also a sunny pattern headed our direction. We are tracking some changes across Kentuckiana as we head later on into this week. But for now, just a chilly beginning to this Monday morning. Those temperatures continuing to stay in the mid-20s. We're going to have some winds staying out of the south as well that could be gusting at times close to 25 miles per hour. So a chilly pattern headed our direction. We're going to have all the details about that forecast coming up here in just a few short minutes.
All right, thank you.